here's the issue. The Fed cut interest rates last week. Today, it introduced money into the financial system, but we're not solving for a financial problem right now.
That's exactly right. If you think back to 2008 or back to 1998, we had a financial problem on our hands. And certainly in 2008, that financial problem was having dire effects on the real economy. This is not like that at all. This is going the other direction. We have terrible things going on in the real economy, and the financial markets are reacting to that. And they know, as you know, that the Fed can't do anything about that, about what's going on with the virus, about what's going on in the short term with the real economy. There have some people that are worried about liquidity here and there. The Fed can fix that and will. It may take a lot of money, but the Fed knows how to do that. But that's really not even secondary to this crisis. It's tertiary at best.
So there is a role, perhaps, at some point as this crisis spreads for the Federal Reserve. But right now, it does appear that they're trying to solve a problem they can't solve. And we've got futures tomorrow morning looking like another bad day. I mean, these are times that, Alan, we have not seen for a long time, even before your time in the Clinton administration, these kind of heavy losses on a sustained basis.
No, absolutely. Well, we've seen these in the 2008-9 crisis for reasons that were horrible and complicated, but kind of understandable. But this is a beast of a completely different nature. And what you've seen when the Fed cut interest rates and what you've seen with its liquidity announcements today, the markets look at that, they may get happy for 10 minutes and they realize this is not going to really solve the problem, or even never mind solve. This is not going to seriously ameliorate the problem.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.